Regenerative neuropathy treatments are extremely beneficial, yet many people are unaware of what it is and its benefits. Today, we are learning how it can help patients of all ages by treating chronic pain, disease, acute injury, or simply for patients who are looking to reach optimal health. Today, we have yet another great success story courtesy from Dr. Chad Weber at Regenerative Neuropathy, the St. Louis neuropathy experts, along with Dorothea. Welcome. Thank you both so much for being here today.
Thank you.
All right, Dr. Weber, why don't we start with first, what made Dorothea's case so unique?
So Dorothea's case is a bit different than the average. She was unfortunately suffering from long COVID. So she had some pre-diabetes before that, but she's had COVID and had some very life-threatening situations go on with that. And ended up with neuropathy after the fact, right? But like a lot of our patients that have neuropathy, regardless of how they got it, she was going through the same process that most patients were going through, was going to their medical providers, going to a neurologist, getting things like gabapentin or pain medications that were offering limited relief, if any relief at all. But also her and her husband, sounds like we're starting to notice that, like, what does the future look like? You know, just a lot of our patients, you know, want to change grandchildren, want to travel and do things they want to do, and she was seeing her future kind of go down the tubes and looking for some help somewhere.
Okay, Dorothea, for you, what was it that made you want to reach out to Dr. Weber?
The COVID caused me to have stabbing, shooting pains in my feet and in my lower legs. Traveled into my hands and my fingers, and then a couple months later, I started having numbness in my feet. I went to the neurologist. Neurologist put me on medication. The medication worked for a couple months, but after that, the pain and the numbness came back. We knew that nothing was going to change, that this was going to be my life. You know, I used to run, I used to travel, I have granddaughters, I love playing with them.
Wow.
My husband saw Dr. Weber on TV, and he said, "You need to go," and I'm glad I did, because it's changed my life.
Wow. And what's interesting about her case, Dr. Weber, she's actually in the 50% range for sensory loss?
Yeah, so when patients come into the clinic and do our evaluation, we basically do a calculation of nerve damage, basically, right? So that puts them into 4 different categories, like 4 different stages of cancer. There's 4 different stages of peripheral neuropathy. And she was kind of borderline stage 2 into stage 3, which is not a great place to be, but in those ranges, our opportunity to turn this thing around is phenomenal if patients are willing to do what's necessary. So we put together a program. Within like 3 months, we went from about 50% to 20%, and she was in about 4 or 5 weeks ago for our last progress report. We were down in the single digits.
Amazing.
So she's making amazing progress. You know,
wow. So Dorothea, then going off of that, clearly the numbers are showing it, but how has your life changed?
I am now able to play with the granddaughters. I'm able to travel. I'm able to exercise again. I mean, it's great. I take it with me when I travel. I'm able to bring it on the plane and bring it with me wherever I go and do the work, and it's just totally gave me my life back.
Amazing. What would you want to tell someone if they were sort of on the fence or were struggling with something similar and they didn't know what to do next? Make
the call, go to the seminars he offers. I mean, it will change your life.
Wow.
I'm so glad I did it.
That's beautiful. I mean, Dr. Weber, she mentioned it there. There's these seminars, a great opportunity for people to learn more.
Yeah, so the seminars are a great opportunity for someone to come in and get some questions answered. So we do seminars a couple times a month. They're about an hour and a half long, so it gives patients come in and get some questions answered. There's about a 30-minute educational process we go through. We do as much Q&A as possible after that to try to answer as many questions as possible. Then we give patients the opportunity to come into the clinic and get an evaluation to kind of truly see how much damage they have, what a game plan looks like, and how we're different. Because I tell people every day, we're not the pill people, right? We're not just going to send you home with some gabapentin or something like that and say, come back here in 6 months, we'll see how we're doing. You know? There's ways to treat this, but like I tell people every day, you have to do something before the damage is so far gone. That's key. You know, is getting on top of it before it's too bad. Being on top of it, which I think Dorothea is a great example of that, and certainly has lots of years of chasing after grandchildren to come. Well, thank you both so much for joining us. So the seminar, there's one tomorrow, July 9th, Thursday, July 9th. You don't want to miss it. We have all the information right there on your screen. It's going to be at Eckert's. You receive a free book, The Regenerative Effect, written by Dr. Chad Weber. You also have breakfast. So, I mean, you just don't want to miss it, folks. Again, you're going to want to call 618-206-1011 to register. That's 618-206-1011 to register.